Sharper Point Commentary, presented by Schwartz Laser Eye Center.
Wow, Election Day 2024 is 3 weeks from now when we'll finally know who's going to lead this country and who from our state will represent us in Congress and lead our local governments. Many people might assume that day will be a giant letdown for political geeks such as myself, but I plan to take a giant week-long nap the week after Election Day. The huge sigh of relief I'll let out after November 5th will be so big, I'll be in danger of hyperventilating. Some of my friends are under the mistaken impression that when our nation and state are in turmoil, that I'm excited because, as they say it gives you something to talk about on the radio, right? Wow. I hope nobody thinks I'm in the corner, gleefully rubbing my hands together, happy over our political turmoil. Seeing the rifts between neighbors and families that it causes is something that's a way to achieve my career goals and higher ratings. Honestly, American, Arizonan, father, and husband are much more important titles for me than media member, and that means I don't want the rancor and nuttiness that seems to surround elections these days. Yeah, look at it this way. We've had almost 24 days in a row of daily heat records in the Valley, which does give me something to talk about, but I also have to live through that heat, and it's not pleasant. Although I must say it's more pleasant than the cray-cray way we cling to candidates these days. And this election is crazy close. A new ABC News poll has Vice President Kamala Harris up 49 to 47% nationally over former President Donald Trump. Meanwhile, CBS News has Harris up 51 to 48% nationally, and NBC has them tied at 48% each. All those polls are within the respective polls' margin of error as well. Presidential elections being this close is a trend that's been around for a while, but they keep getting closer. In 2016, if the votes of about 60,000 voters changed across 3 states, Hillary Clinton would have beat Donald Trump. In 2020, if only 44,000 voters across 3 states had voted the other way, Trump wins instead of Joe Biden. We're talking 44,000 votes out of 154 million votes. Less than 0.03% of voters made the difference. So exhausting to think about that I want to take that nap now. But I'm afraid I won't even be able to take my planned post-election nap because of the more than 200,000 registered voters in Arizona who, because of an MVD error, didn't provide the proper documentation to prove they're eligible to vote. Luckily for those folks, the Arizona Supreme Court ruled they can vote in this election, and then election officials will work to determine their eligibility for future elections. Also lucky for every loser in the upcoming election, because they can keep fighting the results long after Election Day, which is very unlucky news for those of us who were hoping to not have to report bad news, even for just a few days after November 5th, please.
Thanks for watching Sharper Point. Click to see more from Arizona's morning news and tap the button in the middle to subscribe.